Alright, I'm back, and I have a couple new figures in front of me here. This time, I have the first edition Transformers Prime Deluxe Cliffjumper. This is the first time in a very, very long time that I have seen Cliffjumper basically not be just a red bumblebee. And I'm just gonna get right into it here. I really, really enjoy this Cliffjumper design very much, both car and robot mode. So this is part of the first edition. So these guys have come out before the RID and the upcoming Beast Hunters line. So unfortunately, because of where I live, I was not able to pick this guy up really anywhere, and it really sucked. I really, really wanted this guy, and I was looking at some of the online prices, like on like eBay and stuff. And people are asking for way too much money for this guy, especially brand new. However, my partner Mal, she knew that my birthday was coming up, and she wanted to get me something, and she actually found this guy in a auction on eBay, and according to what she's told me, she had to enter a bit of a bidding war, and she only barely won by barely like $1.50, something like that. So thanks to her, I'm finally able to have a look at the OG first edition Cliffjumper here. Now, that being said, I do also have this guy that actually just came in a couple of days ago. This is a first edition Cliffjumper. However, this one supposedly came out in Japan, and unfortunately, unfortunately for the person who was selling this, did not really know how much these guys are actually going for, so I did actually manage to snag this guy myself a while back, but because it came from a foreign country, obviously took a very long time to get here. So I am going to be looking at this guy as well, because this is the Takara version of first edition Cliffjumper, and he has some paint differences. So, focusing on the OG here, here is his vehicle mode. Looks really nice. I believe it's like a 1960, 1970 something Dodge Challenger that's been kind of like stylized and stuff to avoid copyright infringement. But yeah, I really, really dig this alt mode, and I'm so happy to see Cliffjumper, you know, looking more like his own character and not just a red bumblebee. So I'm really, really happy that I'm finally able to take a look at this guy. So paint-wise, for the OG one here, the Hasbro release that was supposed to release out here in the US, and then some things happened. He has a bright red. He has like a brighter kind of red. He has the transparent blue windshields, and he doesn't have any of that like zombie like Terracon crap anywhere, which I really like. So he's got some really nice silver painted rims, and he has these like horns on the hood of the car here, which this is very Cliffjumper right here, and it's just kind of made with this little kind of rubbery kind of material, so I don't think you really need to worry about that breaking anytime soon if you get this guy. So, here's the front, not the front, sorry, the top of the car, back of the car. He's got some silver there. Here's the underside of the vehicle, and yeah, that's pretty much everything for the OG Cliffjumper. Now for the Dakar one, he does have a couple of paint differences. He's a bit of, this Cliffjumper is a bit of a darker shade of red, and he kind of has this kind of swirly kind of finish to it, which is interesting. He does still have most of the same things, which, by the way, he does have a little silver Autobot logo. Both of these guys have it, so that's really cool that they included that. that. But the other main difference with the Takara release here is that he actually has a little bit of extra paint on the back to give him some slightly more proper backlights. So that's the main kind of difference there. So with that being said, I'm going to set this guy aside because now I just want to direct my full attention toward the OG one here. To transform this Cliffjumper, it's really interesting how this thing works, and there's some really cool bits as well. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to kind of just split the sides of the car here like so, and then grab a hold of the underside of the doors here and kind of just push that out like so. Again, do that on both sides. And then you want to take the hood of the car and kind of just hinge that back like so. And once you do that, you want to actually swing this whole section around like so. And once you have that, his actual robot foot is right here, so you kind of just pull that out a bit, and then you hinge that up, move this little piece of the side window in like so, and then just take this whole panel and just fold it like so. That's how you want that looking. And then lastly, you want to take his kind of knee section and just kind of shift that in, and that will complete the leg, just like so. Very cool. Simple and quite cool, I'd say. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side here. Swing that whole section around. Grab the robot mode foot from the inside bit there. Fold that little window piece in, and then take that panel, or well, technically you could even shift that knee section in right now if you want to make things slightly easier. And then once again, just take that panel and just fold that in to well, complete his legs. So pretty straightforward. And now we're going to focus on the upper half now. So to transform the upper half, we're going to start by taking this little section and swinging that out, and then also kind of hinge the hood of the car down a little bit like so. And then you're going to kind of shift this whole section forward and then swing it around like this. And you can sort of kind of see where things are going from here. So once you do that, so grab these side panels and swing that down, and then take the back of the car here and just kind of hinge that up on itself like so, and then split the whole thing down the middle. And once you do that, you can grab this section and separate that from the roof of the car, and then this will come down, and you can see this is going to form his arm. Like so. So pretty easy finishing up the last part of that there, which is very cool. So there is one of his arms. So now for the other side, just again separate that from the roof, swing that down, shift this section here, spin this around, reach in, grab his hand, flip that around, and then just close that panel like so. And then I just like to kind of move his wrist just a little bit like that. So once you do that, you're almost done, and this is my favorite part of the transformation here. So once you get his head, which you gotta kind of reach in there with your fingernail or something there and kind of pull his head up like so. This part is really cool. So you take what was the hood of the car, sort of hinge that up a bit, and then you want to take these little, this one already folded in, but this little section here is going to fold in like so. And then you want to take the grill of the vehicle, hinge that up, and then you take the headlights and you start bringing that down. Now, once you do that, you want to hinge that section up again, and for some clearance I like to move the legs back like so, and start hinging those headlights forward. And once you do that, you also want to hinge the hood up, and it will actually tab in to the back of the kind of head assembly there, sorta. Well, not the head, but like the neck. And then you should be able to bring those headlights forward, and well, I'm gonna be upfront with you here. Something that people have done is they just leave it like this for the chest, and I think that's kind of stupid, because what you're actually supposed to do is you're supposed to kind of split these sections apart a bit, and then the actual headlights are actually going to come further over the actual windshield here, and then when you actually move this section up, that will keep the hood split. So you actually want the assembly to look like this. That's something people have missed. And then lastly, you can just take this little piece and just hinge that down. And once you have that, here we now have Cliffjumper in his robot mode. And oh my goodness, I am so happy that Cliffjumper is now more or less his own character. And I know I said it before, I'll say it again. I'm so happy he's not just a red Bumblebee for once. And I gotta say, compared to the other figures that we've gotten for Transformers Prime, some of these first edition guys, from what I've seen, especially this guy, are honestly some of the very best that this whole, that Transformers Prime has to offer. So that being said, let me move my camera down so I can give you a little spin of all his wonderful details here. So, pretty simple design, but very effective. It's got a lot of personality, and it's so very Cliffjumper. And if you kind of couldn't already tell by now, this is by far my favorite Cliffjumper design, just period. I really don't know how it can get any better than this. So, once you got things done there, another really cool thing that I was very much surprised by is he does actually have a couple of built-in weapons, actually. So what you can actually do is if you actually undo this panel here and swing his hand back, you can see that he has his weapons that he used, and he has it on both sides, so you can very much indeed replicate those scenarios where he's when he's got his weapons out, and he's doing his trash talking, asking if you want to take the bull by the horns and just start blasting away. So he does have built-in weapons, and I think that's really cool. That is something I really wish other figures had. But yeah, if you couldn't tell already, there is a lot of good with this guy, and it's such a shame that he is so difficult to get a hold of. But if you do ever manage to find this guy for a relatively decent price, and if you're a fan of Transformers and you like how the TF Prime guys look, then you kind of owe it to yourself to get this guy. And you definitely do not want to wait too long, because I can definitely see this guy getting even more expensive down the line, like years from now. So you definitely do not want to miss out on this guy if you're able to get him at some point. But yeah. Again, my lovely partner managed to snag this for me from an eBay auction just in time for my birthday. So just what a great present. And yeah, here he is next to the Takara one here. I'm not going to transform the Takara one on camera, because literally the paint differences that I showed you with the kind of material there and those lights, that is literally it. Everything else is essentially exactly the same. So yeah, just here he is, and I really can't gush over this guy enough. He is so cool. He's gonna be more or less like in the center of all my TF Prime figures. So, for a couple of size comparisons, Here is the drinking bird that I bring out every now and then, so you can see how he looks next to one of those. Here is my iPod. Let me bring that out here. Here's my iPod, so you can see how he looks next to a iPod. You can see how that looks there. And then lastly, here is my DSi XL. I'm going to open that up. And yeah, here's how he looks with a DSi XL. So, you know, pretty small-ish. Which, well, I wouldn't even really say he's small, because compared to some of the like RID stuff, he is actually a bit bigger than that. So, despite him being a deluxe, he's got a good size to him. So, yeah, I think all that's left to cover is articulation. So, his arms can move 360 like so. He's got a full 360 there. He's got a elbow bend on a double hinge, which is very nice. I showed you the thing with his weapons, but when you retract those, he does have a wrist swivel, so that is very nice. Something not many deluxes have. Nothing at the waist, unfortunately, due to how he transforms, but because of how really nice things clean up here and how there's no like fake parts and anything, I am more than willing to forgive that. So yeah, there's that. Legs can move forward that far, can move back a very nice amount, bend at the knee, and his feet are on like these ball joints, so you can get a very nice range of motion with that. And his profile is pretty damn slim. The only thing that even slightly juts out is just this little section here. But other than that, he's got a very nice profile, like all the way around. So that is essentially everything now. Again, if you somehow manage to find this guy for a decent price, do not miss out, because he is, I personally think he's one of the very best Cliffjumper figures that we're ever going to get, and I kind of mean that. So, yeah, so with that being said, I hope this was interesting, relatively entertaining, and hopefully informative.